Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. In the nation's largest city, the vicious and the violent members of the underworld are hunted by the detectives of the Organized Crime Control Bureau. These are their stories.
Great. Now we're freaking copyright struck.
Oh, please. Like my stuttering, like the algorithm can handle my stuttering. All right, kids, welcome back. It's that time again. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty, and together with the Salty and Petty podcast. Guilty as charged! Guilty as charged, Your Honor!
Oh, my. Objection.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I mean, although on this show, because yes, kids, we are covering the season 4 already, or premiere of Law and Order: Organized Crime. We really don't get into the the trial portion on this show as much.
Yeah. But just because we're talking about the Law and Order universe, I'm just going to leave a comment for the chat to discuss.
Uh-oh, who's she leaving it up for? If you could, Jack McCoy. Is it? Whoa, what? There's a what?
If you know, you know.
What are you doing to Jack McCoy? What?
He's an a-hole. Anyway, it's been 4 seasons, and we've just now talking about it. So, a lot of thoughts to catch up on. I actually only watched the first 2 seasons, and then I had to catch up on season 3 to be in the know for this season.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say, I think season 3 was their best season thus far. Season 4 has a lot to live up to. My favorite guest star so far was Dan Florek, aka Captain Craig, and I loved when he came back in season 2. I like when they had Cameron Manheim. They also had Robin Lord Taylor, the Penguin from Gotham, in season 2 as well. They had James Cromwell in season 2. Season 2 had a lot of guest stars.
Well, again, you said Cameron Manheim. Well, she's the captain now on regular.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting. I thought that they got a really big get with Ellen Burstyn as well. I think that was season 2 and 3 as his mother with dementia, obviously. Which she plays that role a lot. So starting to worry about dear old Ellen Burstyn at this point. They also had Dennis Leary, I thought was hilarious. Of course, he would have beef with Stabler. Jennifer Beals? They pulled her out of the dark web? What? And then they had Ron Cephas Jones as that weird congressman. I was just yeah, they've been doing their thing a lot. They've really been pulling out all the time. Oh, they also had Vinnie Jones in season 2.
Yeah.
Playing the same character Vinnie Jones always plays. So yeah, I like the main cast too. It's good to see Wild Dog getting another job. Like I said, he had another job before this that was really good. It was the Da Vinci Code. It was on Peacock. So good to see he has a little deal with Universal going on. Yeah. But who names their lead character, especially not I guess it's the saving grace that she's not black, but Jet, what kind of let's show the famous Jet Li, Jet, the famous Jet Jackson. No, it doesn't work. That's been my biggest gripe, and I'm just Jet, really? Come on, we can do better.
I guess she's supposed to be the cool hacker, but
it's babes, Penelope Garcia and Abby Sciuto will never be replaced. Forget it. You're not her. You're never gonna be her.
I mean, come on. There's a precedent in these series.
She's slightly less annoying than Felicity, so there's that.
Oh,
slightly. I know Rick Gonzalez is probably getting flashbacks. Not again. She's not blonde though, so it should be fine.
Exactly.
But no, so those are my brief thoughts about where we are right now. Of course, we're now dealing with Jamie's death, and I thought cause Law and Order. Look, listen. One thing about Law and Order, they will brush over a death like it's nothing. This time, no, they're dealing with it. Although everybody else is dealing with it. Of course, Stabler's undercover doing what he does best, being a menace undercover, getting into trouble.
I know, getting brain splattered on him.
Yeah. He can't stay out of trouble on an undercover mission. He just can't. He can't do it.
Oh no. Especially,
and then he's all like, he comes back to, who the hell is this new guy?
well, that's like the whole. That's like the premise almost every season. Like he's always like pissed off about a dead body because I mean they started the show with like,
his wife, yeah,
his wife, yeah, and not and then like you said, Jamie got killed at the end of 3, and then his undercover got his informant got killed in the beginning of this episode.
It's like, babes, maybe you're bad at your job. Maybe you should stay retired. I don't know. Like, listen, I've never been the one to say that Stabler is like the definition. If you're not watching on YouTube, my hashtag is my fave propaganda because, baby, Law and Order is the next to Marvel superheroes is the best propaganda in the world. Okay, hands down. Him and Liv, I don't know what it is. They got that chemistry. You can just go with it no matter how in the wrong those two be. You like, yes, queen, yes, king. Do it. Violate those civil rights. I don't care.
I mean, ever since this show started, they've been teasing those two hard. I mean, they've always been teasing those two, but hard, especially.
No, she can keep Elliot on the back burner until she's 75 damn years old. Okay, he gonna still be coming for it. All right.
I mean, before it, that wife was always in the way. Now that wife's gone,
it didn't matter. Everybody knew. It was no secret. What's that line from A Girl in a Rubber? Everybody knows. Everybody knows he F's you. Like, honestly, like the chemistry was so good. I was wondering about behind the scenes in like those early seasons, low-key.
Oh my! I mean, from what I've heard, like those two, like they're like good friends in real life. Like I think, is he like? One of them is like the godparent to one of their other children. One of the other ones one of the children or something. So I mean, that supposedly they hang out all the time and stuff. So
yeah. No, I believe that, like, totally. For a long time, the whole like Dick Wolf universe was like really tight knit, and then things happen.
I mean,
people get famous and make more money and become producers, and other people just get left behind.
Lilith, we should be talking more Law and Order because Dick is our brand.
Like, honestly, but like I don't want Noel to be bored. So,
yes, but there's
it's propaganda. Like, so
again, over the last 30 years, they've touched on enough topics where we can spin a socialist rant out of some of these some of the plots.
Absolutely, but I don't want to bore people with that. That's not what this podcast.
I'm not saying every week, but
like I said, it's been 4 seasons. It was time for us to talk about it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like this show doesn't have the baggage that SVU does. It still feels kind of fresh. I still like the team dynamics are still kind of up in the air for the most part. So nothing's like really solidified. Anything can happen.
Do you like this series more where like like a plot line will stretch across the whole season, unlike the other shows where
yes, it's why I liked the one with Vincent D'Onofrio.
Organized crime, yeah, or
no, it's not organized crime.
Criminal intent.
Yeah, criminal intent. It's more like case focused. Like I remember back in the day when SVU was a little bit more case focused, and then it kind of became about the characters after a while.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good season long burn. It's why I'm like so into True Detective, which by the way, the start of that season was amazing.
Oh, just start already.
Yeah. Night Country, the new season, it's really good. So yeah, I love to be a detective. I mean, Batman's not one of my top 3 favorite characters for no reason. Exactly. I love pulp, I love noir, I love hard-boiled stuff, and boy do they lean into the tropes in this show. For better or for worse. It's like, I see you, Dick Wolf. I know all your tropes at this point. I've seen every last one of his shows. I'm talking like from New York Undercover to this, to regular Law and Order. I don't actually watch the Chicago stuff, but I have seen the premieres of those shows. They're okay. They're not like this, though.
No.
This was like lightning. SVU specifically was like a lightning in a bottle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still want to talk to any of them and be like, you probably thought it was going to last like
7 years. Get Coco on the phone. I'm sure we can get Ice T. I am absolutely sure of that. He takes every interview.
Really? Oh. Be like, you thought that thing was gonna last 5 seasons, right? Now they're on like season 25.
Yeah. This show's. I mean, like, well, to be fair, the first season was only 8 episodes. The next 2 seasons were 22, and I heard this season's only going to be 18 episodes.
Well, they started late, probably because of the writer's strike and stuff. Because
Yeah.
they usually start in the fall, so.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of like a mid-season replacement when it first came out, though, right?
Maybe I mean,
Let me
it's
look.
so weird
I think it was
because they were setting up the crossover because
yeah.
Yeah,
it was in April. The first season started in April 2021, and then they came right back in the fall with 22 episodes. So that's why it's kind of weird, and that's how come it's like 4 seasons and not 3. I'm just like, let's be real. That first season was just all crossover. Like, can we just be?
I mean, they still.
Oh my god, I'm so silly me. I totally forgot that Mehcad Brooks was in this. Shout out to the real Jimmy Olsen, I guess.
Oh, and regular Law and Order, yeah.
And the crossover when he came, in season 3, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's because the his last partner just left, or I guess leaving this season. So
yeah, but no, they set up the premiere. Like I guess I was expecting them to dust it under the rug, like they almost always do, and no, they're reeling, and it's kind of like they're getting like emotional and some pathos, and it's just like okay, cool. No, like seriously, like this is just very much beat them up and book them kind of show for the most part. So it's kind of nice to see, like, we're getting to see a little bit of the human side of them now.
Oh yeah, and especially like you said with Jamie dead now, Rick Gonzalez is really getting the stretch his legs on this show.
I just gotta know, does he do the comm reports? That's all I have to know. I'm gonna need those ComStat reports ASAP.
And then the whole thing, oh my god! And I know Dick Wolf I think likes to be topical, but we're bringing in like an AI specialist now.
Honestly, if you know, it makes sense to me because, well, let's be honest, even the FBI and the CIA are kind of far behind what people actually do who are in the like technology field for nefarious purposes. They're always going to be behind. So, I mean, the fact that it took this long to have it, like AI has been out there for a very long time. Yeah. It's just become, you can just do it in the cloud now. That's the only difference. It's a little more accessible. It's commercial grade. It's not anywhere near what what you can really do with large language models or even large action models. Like that's still not ready for public consumption. I'd say another 5 years before you really see what it can do. So, I mean, deep fakes and things like that, they deal with certain things like, it makes sense to me.
But it's so weird to me. I'm like, okay, now we have 2 computer people, but I mean, if this episode was any sign, it almost seems like maybe Jet's gonna be more in the field.
Yeah. Which is,
what?
She doesn't seem ready for that. She's a little.
Well,
I'm not my favorite character.
I don't know. I like her. I don't know. I don't know.
A little too try hard. I don't know. Dick Wolf. Like I'm convinced. That Mariska writes her own lines because Dick does not write well for women. Like nobody in the Law and Order universe really writes very well for women. I'm sorry.
Oh, I could see Mariska having like suggestions. And
Final say, like, no, I'm not gonna say that. This is what Liv would say. She's been the character, like at this point.
Well,
she's basically freaking Jensen and Jared. Like, no, we're not gonna say that. They would never say that. We've been these characters forever.
Well, they probably have a writer's room, don't they?
What does that mean?
I was gonna say there's probably some women in there, isn't there? Or at least someone who could write well for women. Shouldn't there be?
I don't know. I think he doesn't hire a lot of women, but I'll have to. Like, I'm not gonna go dig through 25 seasons. I mean, in the beginning, they actually did have quite a few women. Yeah. But like, from what I remember, like when I stopped, right around the time I stopped watching was when Cragen left. It got pretty bad, and I just assumed it was just a lack of diversity in the writers' room where everything was kind of like falling to shit. So. It did. Like, I don't know what it was about, like, Craig and leave. Like, everybody's like, okay, time to go. And then, like, when freaking Munch left, and then when he passed, of course, when Richard Belzer passed away, and it's just like, I see why are you still there? No, it's a chick, but babes, you can live off the residuals at this point. He's gonna die in that role, Mark. It's
Who?
gonna be the Ice-T.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're prying that from his cold dead hand. Yeah.
Exactly. And no tea, no shade. Whatever pays your bills, babes. But it's like you could live on the residuals. You not like we really want to see him on tour either. So you know what? No, you stay acting. We don't need new music from Ice-T. He can stay acting. It's fine.
Oh no, he's probably on set making sure Mariska is very comfortable. Be like, no, because she leaves, that show's done. There, he's like, no,
She's like an executive producer. Like, that's what I mean. She has final say on what happens on that show for the most part. She is that show. Everybody else can kick rock. She is that show.
Oh yeah, when Stabler left, she was that shit. She is that show.
She was that girl, period. Even when he was there, which is why, we heard he kind of left. You know what? She really was. Like, you can see when he leaves, like, oh yeah. She was getting all, because that's who everybody loved.
Oh, I thought it was just that money or whatever.
Of course, more screen time, more money.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting all the press tours? Who's doing this?
Wow.
So, I totally understand it, but it's really good that they could work it out and come back in this way. And he has his own show, and his dump truck is the star of the show. We understand.
Oh my.
I enjoy the show. I do. I'm glad that I caught up, and I'm curious to see where the season goes. I hope they don't really make too much mention of AI, because it's clear they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. It's clear they don't have a very good AI consultant or computer science consultant at that point. That's why I don't like Jet, because a lot of stuff she says is like, no. I'm only basic level. I'm like, no. It's not how that works.
You think they're just like, oh, a lot of this audience is probably older. We can just say whatever, and they're not going to do
it. It's giving CBS effects. Absolutely.
Mm. Did you stream this, or did you actually watch this on I
told you when we were recording yesterday, it was recording on my TV. I was like, oh, that's what's recording. I hadn't pulled out the DVR in forever, so I was just like,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna give them
a little ad revenue,
I know. We watched it this afternoon. Again, you just fast forward to the commercials.
Although it is better to watch on Peacock, because at least if you don't have the ad tier, you don't even have to fast forward. I'm kind of lazy that way, but I went ahead and watched it on the DVR because I forgot the password to Peacock. So
no, she forgot the password, meaning she broke up with whoever bought it for her. Anyway,
no, I genuinely forgot the password, and I didn't feel like reset. It's such a pain, because when you watch it from your TV, they're like, no, you got to log in through your phone. I'm like, my phone doesn't remember any of my passwords, please and thank you. So I have to go do it on a desktop, and it's like, who has time for that? When I can just watch it on the DVR. The remote's right there.
Oh, did you see the previews for next week?
No, I don't do previews.
Hey.
My DVR cuts it off like a minute early.
Yes. Well, after it was his mother was screaming for the brother. Oh, we're getting the brother.
Oh, we met him before though.
I don't think, unless it was a different brother. Because you forget. I thought I told you who's playing the brother.
Who?
Dean Norris.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Yes, Hank from Breaking Bad. Yes.
I could have sworn he has another brother, right?
I mean, they'll probably go into it. I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least he had a brother in SVU. That's all I can say.
One of his big Catholic families, probably.
Yeah.
I think they even said something.
I feel like we met, he mentioned him, or we met briefly in the hospital when his daughter went crazy or something like that.
I thought this was they brought the mother in. Yeah.
I forget.
I don't know.
Yeah, they've at least made mention of a brother before.
And I thought they said something. They might even. I thought they said something. Maybe a sister too this season. So.
Oh yeah. We're getting all the family.
It's probably a big. I mean, how many kids does he have? Probably because he came from a big family too.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're Catholic, you plop till you drop. That's just how that is. Especially because he's old. So I know his mom. I know his mom got a bunch of kids. Old school Catholic.
Oh my god, that's the best meme. When someone put up that picture, someone had literally 10 kids, and and
either that or you're a Fundy or a Mormon. One of the three. Yeah. Those are the only three options, honestly, you have.
That's the best meme, when someone put up a picture of their 10 kids and someone commented, "It's a vagina, not a clown car."
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you actually want to do and that's your personal choice, good for you. But God, I couldn't imagine.
I mean, that's a strain on a woman's body.
That's
too.
like dangerous.
Yeah.
Like that one lady from what is it, like 19 Kids in Cash? She almost died like twice or 3 times. It's like, babes, it's okay. It's put NyQuil in his coffee. It is okay.
Oh.
Give everybody NyQuil chicken at that point. The whole family's sleeping. I'm getting some goddamn peace and quiet around here.
Doesn't anyone watch TV anymore?
Not that family.
And again, I don't care how rich or how much help you have. It's like you can't give a full attention to 10 kids. Each individual kid get the attention they need. So I'm sorry.
Some kids don't want it though.
Some kids need it.
I just know like the last 3 kids are just wild and feral. Like your older brother's 30 and you're 6, that type of thing.
Oh yeah, those ones. Oh yeah, I've known a few of them in their time. Yeah, where your oldest sibling's old enough to be your parent. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, this I don't like the intro, I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
It's just so, well, I mean, I guess because it's like, this is like real propaganda, because they're not even trying to hide it, like, oh no, they're like, no, vicious and violent, we're gonna be even as vicious and maybe even more violent than the people we're hunting.
Well, again, it's a Stabler show. You're not going to be touchy-feely. Come on.
Like, I'm just saying, like at least SVU tries to cover the propaganda and that woo we care. You're a victim. We're gonna it like the first season. The fact that he's like, how did they even let him come back? Like conflict of interest much. Like I'm just saying, like I when you watch it as entertainment as a lifelong fan of the Law and Order franchise, specifically SVU, like when you were day one, 1999, to see that episode, it's definitely a spot in your heart. You make concessions, but like when you watch it from a critical lens, it's just like oof, oof.
Well, I mean, look at the beginning of any of these shows. I mean, hell, the first Law and Order was that like 1990.
Yeah.
Which I said.
Well, let's take it back even further. Hill Street Blues. Ooh.
Well, at least it wasn't cop rock.
Oh, jeez. Just call me Butters at this point. Oh, God. So much bad propaganda. It's just really funny because it's like on the other side you have like, oh, it's the Sopranos 25th anniversary, and then on TikTok, hey, mob wife aesthetic is in, clean girl aesthetic is out, and I'm just like, if you're not glorifying one thing, it's another,
Oh, that's right. It is the 25th anniversary of the Sopranos. Should we do an episode on that?
Hells yeah. And how everybody's stupid for complaining about the ending of the show. Jesus.
Spoilers on Little Watch.
Yeah. I mean, no, like really, honestly. Like this is what I mean. Media literacy, people. Media literacy is needed. I mean, it's okay to be upset, but I just really feel like if you were only upset if you didn't get it.
Well, so again, like some audience, that's why I swear sometimes the writers treat the audience like they're idiots, because some of these people are idiots and they need to be spoon-fed every single detail.
I guess.
It's not stuff. It's not a lot of people. This stuff just goes over their head.
Honestly, I think you're right, because I feel like that's why Better Call Saul didn't really catch on as big as Breaking Bad did, because it had a lot of deeper meaning in it. It was a little more artsy than Breaking Bad too. Like Breaking Bad had its artsy episodes, but for the most part, it was very like a lot of that stuff could go over your head if you didn't understand the references and where he was coming from, especially in the beginning, especially when they had like the black and white, and he would say something and you'd be like, it's a reference, you don't get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I totally get it. But this show is pretty straightforward. I think that's why people like it.
Yeah.
And Christopher Maloney is a very, very charismatic, very charming lead, even when he's doing some despicable stuff. So,
well, at least he can pull off the shaved head.
Yeah, without looking like a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. Absolutely.
But yeah, so our big threat and menace this time, fentanyl.
Now that's topical. I'll quote Cat Williams on this. It's like, isn't it interesting how we don't talk about the war on crime because it's not black people selling the drugs that are killing people. It's your doctor. Interesting. And isn't it interesting after like a 20-year war with Afghanistan? Now we had an opium epidemic. Opioid epidemic. I'm just saying. I don't know if they're gonna touch on that. I doubt it because it's propaganda, but it's interesting if they do.
Oh yeah,
see, that's what every cop show needs a conspiracy theorist like Munch. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. I thought Jet was going to be that conspiracy theorist early on, but I don't know.
She should be. If she's on the dark web, she should be. Anybody that knows anything about humanity, you should be. Maybe not the way that they present it like the Illuminati, but there's some stuff going on. You should be very skeptical of everything.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, like I think that's been my biggest disappointment. It's just kind of like I said, it's just all too straightforward propaganda. Like they're not even trying to.
It was almost a little shades of Breaking Bad. The lab is the truck. The truck is the lab.
I know. Just waiting out to see somebody run out in their tiny white
science.
Petition for Bryan Cranston and freaking
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I need that to happen.
That's the crossover.
Since Dean Norris is coming, it'd be funny.
Oh, that's a crossover we need.
But yeah, I think that's interesting because people. Well, my understanding of like how fentanyl ends up in street drugs, it's organized crime. So I'm gonna be curious to see if they really know what they're talking about, how they're gonna spin it. Because things like that they talk about, and I'm just like, because they have such a friendly relationship with the New York Police Department, they can't actually say how it goes down. Period. So I'm just always curious how they're gonna spin this.
Yeah.
Again, like they tried to talk about how, remember in was it SVU where they were talking about the show that films, like it's a cop show that films in New York and the guy is like covering for the bad deeds of the cops, and you remember that? It was like 3 or 4 episodes they did it. I forget what season. It's probably like season 28, 19 or something like that. But it was basically like a thinly veiled reference to the things that people accuse Dick Wolf of. So I just, it's like, but you do. So it's just so weird. It's just so weird. Like sometimes I just have to turn my brain off when watching shows like this.
Yeah.
And as long as I can see Maloney's dump truck, I'm happy. I'm just happy to watch it and see the interactions and see how this cast comes together. They don't feel quite as tight knit just yet, but like again, like Brick just came in. Now he wasn't there from the beginning, so it's like, you know, they kind of already had a little bit of a revolving door. I don't think it's going to solidify till at least 7 seasons in. That's just kind of how that goes. I'm pretty sure they're writing for the long haul. So.
Oh yeah, it's a Law and Order.
I mean, Law and Order is like you're guaranteed
at this point. I think, yeah, especially in it's Stabler. Yeah, I think they're at this point they're playing it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get at least 10 seasons.
When do you think it's gonna get out of the 10 o'clock slot and run its own show, run its own day?
I don't know, because
I think they should.
They seem that. I mean, they should. I mean, it seems like they like running that 3-hour block right now. That
yeah, it's a little tedious.
I don't know. Do you think regular Law and Order is still going to keep up, or I mean,
see, this is the thing. Like, I think that if they're not going to like give it its own night, I think that it could lead the night off. I think that regular Law and Order actually needs the post SVU bump. I don't think this show needs.
Yeah.
No offense to the OG Law and Order, but like,
are they sticking this show at 10 o'clock because it's a little
more raunchy
and violent? Yeah.
I get that too, but you know, honestly, what they should have done, they should have made this a Peacock exclusive, because the stuff they get away with on Peacock, baby, we could get a real cop show. A real cop show. I'm talking like the Wire type deal. That was the missed opportunity, but I think they were too afraid, because like one of my favorite shows, Poker Face, Peacock exclusive. If you know, and you think it's a great show. But it has Natasha Lyonne, who has her own little following and everything, but it could have been a breakout hit had they put it on NBC proper, I think.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I think that they were afraid of that. I think that was probably the whole thing. Like, oh, we're bringing Maloney back to the Law and Order family. And then Universal's like, actually, no, we're going to keep this on NBC.
Well, did you see?
We're not too sure about our streamer right now.
I'm sure you knew they were on there, but did you see that people were complaining when they put some of those NFL playoff games on Peacock this season?
Sucks to be you. You should have Peacock. If you got Walmart Plus, you get it for free. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's just, I mean, that's like people complaining about Amazon Prime having Thursday Night Football. It's not my fault your wife's a cheapskate. Oh, well.
Oh! I mean,
you can't splurge $120 a year? Like, what?
And there are so many ways to get it, like you said, through Walmart. We get
your job sometimes, your phone, your cable company, if you have Comcast.
Xfinity. Yeah. There's enough ways.
They were giving it away. And if you didn't jump on the train, I got Paramount Plus for free for a year. I got Peacock free for like 6-7 months or something like that. And then I got HBO Max free for like a year because it was part of my like weird cable package when they were transferring from DC Infinite.
Yeah,
that whole thing. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, I was subscribed to regular HBO, and it just comes. Then Max just came with it. I was like, oh
yeah. So it's just kind of like, you messed out. I'm sorry, but that's just kind of the nature of these things. But yeah, I mean, I think the cheapest tier without ads is $9.99. It's not bad. They have a good back catalog, especially if you love the Fast and the Furious.
Family.
Just saying. I mean, I was like a little tentative because like I'm not like the big. I didn't get it for The Office like a lot of people did. So I got it for like its back catalog. It's got a pretty good back catalog, so it's worth it to me. And it's worth it not having to dig out the remote and the DVR too.
Oh yeah, I mean slowly. I mean I've taken a little break from it, but it's like I was watching a lot of Criminal Intent on there.
Oh yeah. It's man, they need a revival of that so bad. I promise you, if Vincent D'Onofrio shows up, I'm gonna be so happy. I feel like we need a petition to make that happen. Keep him out of Disney's clutches.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, he's everywhere as Kingpin. I mean, he was on Hawkeye, he was on Echo. He's going to be in Born Again.
Yeah. You know what happens to actors when they get in Disney's clutches, though.
I know.
F in the chat for Chris Evans' career, y'all.
Oh, damn.
If you know, you know.
At least Robert Downey Jr. made a S-load of money.
He got out. He's like, oh no.
He's like,
I don't have to back another money vault back up into my backyard again.
It's like I made my $1 billion. I'm out.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I really feel like it needs to be a little more edgy for me to for it to sell it. Like it's just kind of walking that fine line at the 10 o'clock mark.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like regular TV. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying put it on streaming, you could be a little more adult. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Peacock needs to catch on. Like they need to do. I think this show could have been their Star Trek.
That's true. A couple of Stabler butt shots. All those horny housewives will subscribe. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at what was it Paramount Plus? Yeah, what Paramount Plus did with Kevin Costner and his whole that they spun out 3 shows from his show.
True. That Yellowstone. I know. I'm like, wait a minute. We're doing what's this 1880 whatever it is? I'm like, is this a sequel or prequel? What?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's interesting because it's kind of based on real history, and you got your history nerds, you got your old horny ladies who love Kevin Costner. You'd be surprised how many old ladies love Kevin Costner, black, white, Latino, whatever. I was not I'm at work and one of my boss's boss. We were right before the meeting, and I had happened to mention that. Oh yeah, I totally want to watch Yellowstone. She's like, isn't Kevin Costner great? I'm like, what? And then somebody goes, oh, you're talking about Yellowstone? I'm like, what is going on?
Man, that's good work if you can get it, man. Women of every background are Jones.
Well, I know a lot of my love for Kevin Costner comes from The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston, and I don't think Waterworld's a bad movie either. I don't.
You show yourself to the door now.
There's worse movies.
Oh,
and
definitely.
It's called Mad Max 2. I don't understand the hate Waterworld gets, but whatever. I'm just saying. So like they really could have. So like been my biggest disappointment. It's like it's organized crime. And it's kind of like, you remember, I don't know if you remember, right when Sopranos came out, I think it was CBS had the Donnie Brasco show. Now, I love that book and I love that movie starring Johnny Depp. That's based on a real guy. But it's on network TV. You're not going to compete with The Sopranos. You're covering that same topic, but from a different angle. The cops that infiltrates the mafia versus the real mob guys that are doing the thing, you know. But you're on CBS at like 8 o'clock at night. And they're saying the F-bombs and they're showing titties. How are you going to compete with that? No matter how interesting that story is and the fact that it's based on a true story and that movie was super successful.
I'm sorry. Nothing competes with titties. Come on.
Exactly. A saber sex scene? Come on.
You know, even we were talking about comics, but even Justin, a gay man, says even gay men can appreciate a good pair of boobs. That's what he said.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's the great pleasing.
The great equalizers. I'm telling you.
So yeah, that's the only thing. Like maybe one day, Universal / NBC will get it together and realize what a gem they have, and maybe they want to recreate that Oz magic. Like I said, even though I was probably a little too young to watch Oz, it's still great television for the most part, except for like one plot that was totally weird. But for the most part, it was really great television, and the brutality is what made it and sold it because that's how prison is.
Oh my.
And I think that propaganda needs more realism. Like, you know, it doesn't need to be filtered through a 10 p.m. on network TV filter. Like, even if it was on, like, what is NBC's version of FX? I don't think they have one.
I don't think
but, like,
probably Peacock.
Like, that's what they need. That's what NBC needs an FX, and that's where this show could have really thrived. But I think it's solid for what it is for network TV in the Law and Order franchise, like the umpteenth show in the Law and Order franchise.
Brutality. That's what prison and dating Lilith Hellfire is all about.
At least mine's consensual.
Exactly.
I've got the signed contracts and everything.
Unlike prison, her beatings and cavity searches are consensual.
They're done with love.
I got the soft rubber gloves.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope Rick Gonzalez stays around. I think that was a great addition.
Yeah, like I thought it was weird. I'm like, I was like, wait, there's only like 4 of them in the opening credits at this point. I'm like, they're not replacing Jamie. I'm like,
I think that's gonna come in the middle of the season. Personally, I think they want to let us grieve and mourn, and let them get up to the shenanigans they need to get up to, and then they're gonna introduce this person.
Yeah, we need like another just like cop, not the AI guy. Yeah, we need like another cop,
a real cop. Yeah, we need. Do we need another? Do we need a love triangle?
Oh, you're saying
oh yeah, real hot woman.
Oh,
she kind of looks like Liv if you squint.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, his wife was blonde, but that's not really his type. Or hell, throw a ginger in. I don't care. You know who they should get? Chantel, the lady that played Patty in The Flash.
Oh, okay. I can get behind that.
Exactly. See the 2 butts, they can duke it out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
What is her last name? It's gonna drive me crazy.
Is it
Van?
Is it Van?
It's Van Sant.
Something.
Van Sant.
Something like that. Yeah. No.
Yeah. She had a deal with NBC once upon a time. So that's what I'm thinking. It's probably expired because that was like what 20. When did Timeless come out?
Oh.
That was like 2018, I think. Yep, 2018, 2019. So
before time.
Contracts usually go 5 to 7. Maybe.
No. Who knows what that was always the before times.
Yeah. Well, no, that's still the standard. That's just going to be a standard contract across the board for most things. Unless you're a car. Don't even get me started on that.
Wait, what?
Car leases are different.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see about this season. 18 episodes, you know. Hopefully they break it into 2 seasons. Like the first 9 deals with one thing and then we get into some other things or something. I don't think fentanyl can carry the season.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
They brought in an AI guy, so I think the actual thing is going to be something to do with AI, deep fakes, trafficked girls, or something like that.
Yeah, they might.
If we're going to be topical, trafficking is huge this year, unfortunately.
Maybe they'll spin out like 3 or so topics out of AI. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do with it, or like
Yeah.
how cops use AI to look at their cases.
That's true. Again, 18. You said 18 episodes. Do 3 6-episode arcs.
Have they ever done that before?
I don't know.
In general, like even Criminal Intent really didn't have like that ebb and flow. Trial by Jury was gonna have that. Kind of, sort of, but we all know how that turned out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Man, they should just try to give that show a go again. It had such a great because I actually like, this is the thing that I guess a lot of people have beef with about Law and Order, is that they only show like very briefly the order part of Law and Order. And that was the beauty of Trial by Jury, because I feel like more people do need to know how these miscarriages of justice happen. Like, courtrooms are crazy. If you ever just even sat in, like if you've had a traffic ticket or anything like that, you just sat in on a case, or if you've ever had to do jury duty for like a major like crime, it's wild that they just pull in 12 people from everywhere. Wild.
But it's so funny, like you can always tell like what era the episodes are in, like regular Law and Order. Like you could tell when,
instantly.
When New York had the death penalty every episode, they're like, "Oh, you murdered someone, I'm gonna give you the death penalty."
Yeah, I don't know, and I just really feel like they should emphasize that cops can lie to you. Like, this is my only, like, one of my biggest gripes with propaganda. Like I said, they make it seem one way, but like in reality, if you actually have ever had to deal with the law enforcement, or you had a loved one that has had to deal in a bad way, or even like just like as a victim, it's not all peaches and cream like they show you. So,
oh yeah, no,
I would prefer for it to be a little more realistic, and that was my hope for organized crime, and they're teetering. But like, again, like I said, because of that actual relationship with the New York Police Department and just law enforcement in general, they kind of can't.
I mean, but again, you gotta, I'm sure creators are always afraid too. It's like if you show like your main characters being underhanded and devious, and
I mean, Stabler has beat many a suspect.
Yes, but
he absolutely has earned every last one of those internal investigation, the Bureau of Investigation internally for internal affairs.
But I think
every one of those cases.
But I think they're always careful to show, who when he beat someone, it was someone who deserved it. It's like a true scumbag and stuff. It wasn't just, I think they're afraid of like showing you like them railroading, like, someone maybe who isn't guilty a lot and stuff, just because they're like, it's going to turn people off if you're supposed heroes of your show.
People love a bad guy. They do.
Not the old people.
Remember, Dexter wasn't popular for nothing.
Remember the demographic with Lilith. This is network TV. Do the old people like a bad guy?
Well, the old people are the bad guys. Oops. I'm sorry. Not all of you, but you did kind of ruin the world. You did let Reagan ruin the world, so boomers. You might need the mirror turned on you. Just a little bit.
What happened to the happy hippies? Where did you go?
They turned into corporate capitalist yuppies. True proven fact.
Yep.
Also, hippies was a government psyop. Anyway.
Oh! Let me guess.
If you know, you know.
Let me guess. Little birds aren't real.
Some birds aren't real.
Really?
I'll leave it alone.
Oh my!
People aren't ready for that conversation. It's fine. It's just like when I said the exact same thing about Kevin Hart. It'll take y'all a while to catch up. It'll take everybody a while to catch up. It's okay.
Oh my!
You gotta remember, I live in Florida. I have seen some messed up stuff.
Hey,
like, those aliens that were in Miami. I'm just saying, weird stuff happens in Florida.
That wasn't fake. That was real aliens in Florida.
I'm not saying they were real. That might be a test for Project Bluebeam. Who knows? All I'm saying is, it's weird stuff happening.
Hey, say what you want. I want downloads. I want views. I mean, I don't care if I'm podcasting with the female Cat Williams. Come on, bring it.
I would never say I read 3,000 books in a year. That's ridiculous.
I heard that 3,000. I'm like, how many books a day were you reading?
Let me know when you're done with the interview. I swear we should. Yeah, we got to talk about that offline because that is crazy. I think the stuff like when I'm like, oh, why don't you like him? You'll see. Give it a year, you'll see. Like The Rock. When I was like, oh, why don't you like? Y'all will see. Just give it a minute.
Who? Cat Williams?
No. Like when I told you I didn't like The Rock. When I said,
oh yeah,
Jason Momoa is problematic. You'll see.
Oh my.
It's like no. You'll see. So when we mark my words, you'll find out that some birds are not real.
I mean, I don't know any of his personal business, but I told you I didn't like Jason Momoa from the beginning. But I don't even know his personal business. So.
It's so weird because there's this big push for Jason Momoa now. Like if you have Max, you know. Like they had that one show like about the climbers. Now they got him on a road trip. They're really trying to shore up that contract to fulfill it because he's not getting Aquaman 3 is my... It's the thing that I think is why they're doing that. And I'm just like, I'll be glad when they can tie that up and get him the hell out of my face.
Yeah, buddy, you're not getting another movie.
And he was in Fast and Furious. It's just, God.
Any project you would like to do?
Lobo.
Well, and again, it's probably a good time to do that too, because I mean, we're going to be hurting for content this year, right?
Everybody's hurting for content.
That's what I'm saying.
Except for Sony, baby. They're like, we got you covered.
Oh, that's true. Madam Web coming soon.
Sony was playing the long game, just like they don't have a stream. Well, they have a streaming service, but they don't do original content. If you know, it's Crackle. If you have an old school TV, if you look down at your remote, you might have Crackle on your remote.
Oh.
If it's a Sony TV anyway. Or a Vizio, I think. Sony and Vizio, because Vizio used to be owned by Sony, now it's its own brand. But yeah, if you have like a TV that's like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, you would have that probably on your remote.
I heard Crackle. Was that the one is that where Jerry Seinfeld does his comedians in cars?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I think that's the only time I've heard like anything like from Crackle is that the Seinfeld thing.
Yeah. It's because Sony owns Seinfeld, so that's like it's like that's who produced it, the original show. So like they have old school dealings and stuff like that. So that's why I imagine it was on Crackle. Like before Sony realized like, hey, it's better to actually just lend our catalog out than actually do anything ourselves because it's expensive.
Oh yeah,
running the streamer is expensive. Everybody's like, just give Netflix everything back, please. Have you guys learned your lesson yet?
I know in 4 times all these companies were like, yeah, let's do streamers. And now everyone learned their lesson.
They saw the money that they thought Netflix was making, but Netflix actually didn't turn a profit until very recently.
I was going to say, I thought for most of their existence wasn't Netflix.
They were in a negative bag.
They were operating at a loss, yeah.
But nobody believed it. But it's like, babes, the interest was 0. Of course everybody was throwing money at Netflix.
Yeah. and again, they were operating in the red for years, and for a while there, they were the only like streamer, pretty much.
You have Hulu, but mostly people had Netflix for the back catalog, and then people had Hulu for like watching TV same day, things like that, and then it changed. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. And I'm glad that you kind of spoiled it for me. I love Dean Norris. He's so funny.
Yeah.
I used to get him and Michael Chiklis confused a lot. I don't know. He's the bald white guy, kind of, round midsection.
Oh my.
But no, yeah, cool.
Oh,
so I guess baldness definitely runs in that family.
I was gonna say, yeah, family resemblance.
Yeah. I guess that's a wrap on this conversation. We'll definitely check back in probably mid-season, maybe. Yeah. Mid-season and finale. You want to commit to that?
That's fine. That's fine with me.
All right.
I was gonna say, I know we'd be watching it even if we weren't doing this. So yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, Miss Help.
Oh, have you seen that Dave Chappelle special yet? Either?
No.
Yeah, you should. I don't know. It's Dave's lost it. I'm sorry. I haven't found like his last 2 specials funny. Meanwhile, I'm going to see Cat Williams.
You think that first time when he like dropped the Chappelle show, should he have just stayed gone and lived off residuals?
No, absolutely not. At a point in time, I was glad when he came back. It's just lately, like that tour with Chris Rock did something to him. He is. It's not. Well, actually, ever since he came back, I'll say, like those first specials they dropped on Netflix, top tier, excellent. And then something happened, and then this tour that he's been on with Chris Rock has totally destroyed his sense of humor. He's just not funny anymore.
What is he?
And it has nothing to do with like his trans jokes. It's just like he's not that guy anymore. I honestly, when he came back, I was like, it's a clone.
I haven't.
It's a clone. I'm sorry, it's not my Dave Chappelle.
I haven't seen these specials, these newer ones. Is he try? Is it just before he was just saying he was being organic, but now is he just trying to be controversial, and that's why it doesn't seem organic? You know, it's not like organic and.
Yeah.
Okay. Before he was just, this is what's on my mind. I was like, oh, what can I say to piss people off?
Yeah, it's like such a hacky thing to do. I'm like I said, I don't think that's not the Dave Chappelle that I know and love. It's a clone.
Because we probably got seduced because I know I saw it. The only time I saw them talking about the specials online is like, with the trans stuff, and it's just like maybe
so unfortunate. It's just like, yeah, it's like he's so much better than that too.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. We should do a special about comics. Best comics of all time. I mean, if you're into it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I literally have old Bill Cosby records where he was cursing. So like, I love comedy. Red Fox, Richard Pryor, obviously, George Carlin.
Oh, did you hear that? As they were talking about that on
that podcast that recreated him. That's so gross.
The AI, yeah.
So bad. Like, you're an asshole for that. Just honestly, really, we're truly living in a time where clicks and views for anything.
And I mean, it's scary because I think they said at one point even the AI was even saying, "Yeah, get used to this. This is, it's gonna, you're gonna be getting
more of this,
Joan Rivers specials and stuff." And it's like, ugh.
Well, Joan Rivers would be okay with it. George Carlin would not.
But I'm just saying.
Joan Rivers was the queen of anything for clicks and views, babes. Her daughter Melissa was probably doing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely do that for an episode, especially 90s comedy. Oh my god, like Def Jam, HBO specials. Oh, the 90s were the king of that shit, bro.
Hickory dickory dock. Oh
yeah, you know what? As hacky as he is, I will always love Andrew Dice Clay and Gallagher. I'm sorry, it's hilarious.
Oh my god, Sam Kinison.
Yes. Oh no! You want to know something I heard?
Move where the food is. Oh!
I heard Robin Williams was a joke stealer.
Really?
And he was just such a good guy. Everybody was okay with it.
Oh, he was no! Don't tell me that he
stole the Ray Romano joke of all fucking things, bro.
Oh, that's capital offense. So oh man, he was a Carlos Mencia. Damn.
Thank you. Do you only know that because of South Park? I knew the joke.
No. I heard that before that. No.
Conan O'Brien.
I can't remember where I heard it, but I know there was at a certain point.
There's a couple people. George Lopez also said
talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, bro. 2024, we'll do a comedy special.
That's fine.
All right, let's get out of here. Give the kids their homework.
Oh my god, that'd be funny. We just promoted it as a Salty and Petty comedy special. All right.
Not suitable for children.
All right. Well, I don't think we made a decision on next week yet, Lilith, because I know in 2 weeks we're going to be talking some Super Bowl halftime shows in preparation for the big game. But I don't think we made a call for next week.
You want to just do pop culture roundup then?
Whatever
stories are there. We haven't done that in a long time.
I don't care. I told you I'll do an episode. We'll just jump on the internet and be like, oh, look at this crap.
Yeah. I think we'll do a pop culture roundup.
All right, works for me. All right, kids. So hey, if you see anything funny or you want us to talk about any current pop culture, anything you want us to talk about it, email us saltyandpetty69@gmail.com.
Somebody tell me you want to talk about the TV show Ted, because I want to talk about the TV show Ted.
We got some stuff planned there this year. All right. So, yes, saltyandpetty69@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, send us a damn feedback. We'll get a prize. And you can find all things Capes and Lunatics Network, episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. You think this show's crazy? Get on that Patreon, kids. Remember, in February, man, we're gonna roast. Well, not roast, but we're gonna discuss the AVN awards. God, that's gonna be nuts. Oh, best anal.
Hey-o.
Best anal. Your mama must be so proud. All right. No.
If
All
Tracy
right.
Lord's stepdad, maybe. Anyway.
Whoa.
Oh, that was a throwback. I don't think the kids know about that these days.
All right. So, all right, everyone. So find everything. Well, again, that Patreon.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Dan, speaking of
more vicious and brutal than ever,
Lilith Hellfire, where can people find you?
There's nowhere for people to find me. You can friend me on Facebook. Just don't be a creepo.
Well, that's what I said. I thought you said they could friend you on Facebook so once every 6 months when you get on there, they can.
I'm on there every day. I just don't make a post.
Oh, she's a creeper, kids.
I'm a creeper, absolutely. I'm in the groups. I'm just seeing what people are saying, and then I just get out of there.
Oh, that's naughty.
So yes, maybe Facebook, kids, if you're lucky. All right. So let's get out of here.
One way trip to Biscuit Town.
I just love random drops. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next time, Pop Culture Roundup. And if you want your topic discussed, send it in, saltyandpenny69@gmail.com. Come on, Noel, this is your chance. I'm going to get like 2 pages of socialist rants. That's true, because remember, kids, Lauren Boebert is a whore. Good night.